Leo, we're going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Leo. Leo, Leo. All right, Leo. Okay. All right, so Leo, you guys have the, oh wait, hold on. Got to get these oracle cards out. So these, I don't really have a placement for them. I'm just pulling random cards, see how they're going to fit into your reading. So you guys have dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. Well, that's nice. And then you have dragon, beware of self-delusion. And then you have leg, stepping into a new experience. All right, stepping into a new experience, pleasure with a new friend, and beware of self-delusion. All right, so let's see. You have the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is showing up for your current energy here. So I wonder if there's something that you're just kind of like, I want to say toying with the idea of like reciprocity in some sense, okay, that kind of stuff, maybe trying to even something out, or there's maybe something that you're noticing is like kind of unfair, all right, that kind of thing. You might even be feeling like somebody is maybe like giving their attention to somebody else here that, I don't know, let's see. You have the Nine of Swords in your environment, okay, so there might be a sense of maybe a situation that's maybe gone on too long, okay, that kind of thing. Beware of self-delusion. I wonder if there's something that you've been pouring into here and you might be feeling like, okay, well, was that just like, was that totally delusional? Like, and there might be a sense of like worrying about that in some sense, all right, that kind of thing. All right, I will also say that there might just be something here that you might be giving into like a new connection, all right, that kind of stuff. And I wonder if there's just like nervousness attached to that, all right, that kind of stuff. You might be just feeling nervous, okay? Maybe that's part of whatever this is, stepping into a new experience, just might be kind of like nervousness. Or again, maybe this is like somebody around you or a situation around you still has to kind of close out something, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. You have the Knight of Swords, and this is showing up for the possible challenge here. So maybe there's this is busyness. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like there's maybe like too much like chit chat, or there's feeling overwhelmed. Okay, maybe there's too many options, or there's too many opinions, something like that. Okay, that might be part of whatever's going on. I also understand somebody reading something too quickly or saying something too quickly to the point that now there's a miscommunication, or there's, I don't know, something like that, okay, that kind of stuff, all right? I feel like, yeah, I'm understanding. I don't know if this is you guys being like, whatever, I'm taking that back, or you being like, I never even gave that out in the first place, or I don't know, something like that. So let's figure out what's going on here. You have the Three of Swords. This is showing up for the possible opportunity here, an opportunity to heal, or there's an opportunity to separate yourself from something, that kind of stuff. So, all right. Or cancel something, okay? Maybe canceling something. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna get your oracle cards out, and then we will see what's up here. Leo, Leo, Leo. All right. Okay. Leo. All right. Okay, Leo, so let's see. You guys have you have this card, loss. This is showing up for your challenge, so possibly some type of loss or something regarding that, okay? That kind of stuff. All right, so you have it with the Knight of Swords and the Hierophant here. So I feel like this is somebody coming in with information that they 100% think is accurate, that maybe that's not the case, okay? Certainly could be, that kind of stuff. I also, wow. I'm getting somebody running straight into a wall. I swear to God, I've gotten this before. I feel like it was really recent too. Like literally, like somebody like sprinting towards something, and then it's like, yeah, well, that door was closed. I don't know. Something like that, okay? Friggin' interesting. I'm like seeing that really vividly, so I'm like, what is that about? But I mean, hopefully that's not what actually happened. Hopefully that's like a metaphor of some type here. So yes, maybe this challenge has something to do with like, somebody quickly saying something, again, like saying something, or this is somebody who's like, they're like, okay, I should know what it's like, I should know what I'm talking about, but like I'm lost for words, or I forget what I'm even saying in the first place, or I forget my point, or something like that. Leo, if that's the case, I'm like literally, it's like, I can completely relate to that, okay? That kind of stuff. But I do feel like maybe this is also possibly somebody who maybe you're really respecting, okay? Maybe this is like a respected person, whatever it is, maybe came through with some information or said something maybe that, I don't know, that you're feeling like, I don't really know how to feel about that. You might just be taking that as a loss of some sort, okay? That kind of stuff. All right. Okay. All right, so let's see. You guys have the Seven of Swords, and this is showing up as what you're not able to control about whatever's going on here. So this is maybe somebody who is, I wonder if they're talking to somebody that maybe it's like, that would maybe be like not a wonderful thing if you found out about it, or there's, I don't know, something like that, okay? That kind of stuff. What I also understand here is, you know what I'm getting? Somebody taps out of something, okay, and now you have to step into that role, but it's like you found out at the last moment or something like that, or you found out information about something at the last moment and therefore there was some type of loss, that kind of stuff. All right, that happens. Maybe there's somebody who's like not believing in you. They might be like, oh, there's no way that that's true, but you might be like, dude, I'm not gonna convince you that I'm telling the truth, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. That might be part of whatever's going on here. I will also say with this, like, beware of self-delusion. This might be like, hey, beware of like, or what you're not able to control is maybe a situation that it's like you need like a particular like strategy or approach for whatever this is. This could also definitely be like leaning into that like imposter syndrome type of situation, especially if this is, again, maybe receiving information or hearing something, I don't know, from somebody that like you like trusted, or that you thought it was gonna like go farther and then it didn't. I don't know. I hope that's not like, I feel like that's confusing. You know what, Cancer's reading came out confusing too. So, okay. So you have the Six of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what you can control. It's upright, but here's the thing. You guys have the Six of Pentacles reversed showing up for your energy. So it feels like what you can control here is maybe switching something in the terms of like, I'm not going to give into something that's not giving back to me, or I'm not going to like pour, time and attention into something that you're, again, feeling like is not reciprocated in some sense, that kind of stuff. I also understand that maybe this is like, hey, what you can control is who it is that you give things to, who it is that you tell something to, like maybe a secret or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I'm feeling. I got to tell you, you got like a whole lot of Taurus energy rolling around here, so there might be something to do with a Taurus, okay? I'm not sure. So, all right, let's see, what else? I think there's a particular choice that you could make in some capacity. I'm going to kind of leave it as vague as that, but I feel like there's something in that way. So you have the High Priestess. This is showing up as your next steps to take here. I kind of understand this as moving in friggin' silence, man, okay? Especially if there's something that you're either trying to like safeguard information from somebody, or again trying to do something that, like, I don't know, you might be feeling like this person doesn't trust this, or that you're not even trusting yourself, whatever the heck it is. It's like either go into something completely intuitively, or again kind of keeping something like under wraps, like maybe being a little bit like secret about something, that kind of stuff, and being extremely intentional with who it is that you let into like your inner world, your inner circle, that kind of stuff, or the information that you're kind of putting forth, something about that, okay? I would also pay attention to nonverbal communication, all right, or cues, something like that. I would pay attention to that or work on that in some sense, all right, that kind of thing. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. You guys have the, so you have Caution. This is showing up for your opportunity. And then you have it with the Three of Swords and the Nine of Cups here. So, all right, Caution, Three of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. So this is weird, but I'm understanding this as dividing this 9 by 3. I'm not really sure what the heck that means or why I'm saying that, but I don't know. That was the first thing that friggin' came to my head. You know what's also really interesting here, guys? You have 3, 6, you have 3, 9, 6, okay, but look, like 3, 6, 9, so that's pretty cool. I like that. That's like really good for manifesting, that kind of stuff. So I like your numbers, so that's cool. Okay, so Caution, with maybe you guys are dealing with a Scorpio also. I know I said Taurus, so I know it's the opposite of Scorpio, but I don't know, there's something. So, all right, Three of Swords, Nine of Cups. This is showing up for your opportunity with this caution card here. So I feel like there's something about possibly taking a break from something that maybe you overindulge in or somebody else does, or taking a, I don't know, healing from something that maybe made you feel friggin' uncomfortable, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? I do understand that, but it's like with this caution card, it's almost like, it's like be careful of how much of something there is. I don't know, something about that, okay? And I also wonder if this is like being cautious about like something that somebody else is fulfilled by, but maybe you're seeing that as a loss, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. What I can say is there is an energy of possibly needing to like, exhibit caution with something, or to be like really aware of what somebody is acquiring or lack thereof, okay? If somebody is losing something or if somebody is gaining something, that kind of stuff, I feel like there should be like a caution in that, or like being aware of that, okay? I kind of feel like you maybe, I feel like, excuse me, I feel like this is somebody who's maybe already aware of that, or there's already like a level of maybe somebody who's like overly cautious about something, or is like really, really like focused on one particular thing here, okay? That kind of stuff. I'm even understanding the opportunity of like satiating something, okay? Like flooding something and satiating it in some sense, okay? That kind of stuff. I would look out for like actual signs, all right? I like actually literally want to say like literal signs, that kind of stuff from the universe or whatever it is, like looking out for that in some sense, okay? That kind of stuff. So, all right. Okay. All right. So, okay. So you have the Empress card here, and this is showing up for like the skills that you have. You already have the skills of either making something like, I want to say making something more abundant, or helping out in a particular way, that kind of stuff. You might have the skills to like naturally have something thrive, or again, doing something in a way that is much easier, or something about that, okay? Or facilitating growth in some sense, helping out, that's what I'm understanding, all right? That kind of stuff. All right, I feel like that's something that you're like naturally good at here, okay, Leo? Or you're good at like focusing on the growth or focusing on the positive of something, all right? So you have the reverse Six of Swords. This is showing up as like possible help that you could call in. So, all right, maybe this is somebody who could come back from something, okay? Like maybe this is somebody who's like, oh, I was shipping off from this, or I thought I didn't need this. I wonder if it's like this is somebody who could like give you something that maybe they're all done using, or I don't know, whatever it is. Maybe this is saving you money in some sense, okay? That kind of stuff. There might be some like donation energy, or just like trading something, you know, that kind of stuff. That might be part of whatever it is here. All right, so let's see. Okay, so you have, there also might be somebody like extremely local, or I don't know, something like that that could help in some sense. So, all right. Okay, so you have the Nine of Wands, and this is showing up as the next step to take here. So I feel like there's something about being friggin' like perseverant about this, like really kind of like pushing through something, maybe taking a little bit of a break. I always say that with the Nine of Wands, maybe taking a little bit of a break before pushing through something, that kind of stuff. But I feel like this is like not giving up, okay, that kind of stuff, definitely not giving up, but pushing through something, and there is an energy of maybe even like kind of letting somebody know what it is you're going to compromise on and what it is you're not going to compromise on, that kind of stuff. All right, so okay, so let's clarify this real quick and see what else. Leo. I feel like you guys see matching numbers a lot. Knight of Swords just came out, which is, maybe you guys don't like numbers. The Knight of Swords is showing up for your challenge. All right, Leo. Okay, so let's see. So moving back over to your challenge here, this is what you have this Lost card with. You guys have the Seven of Swords with the reverse Emperor. This is again showing up for what you're not able to control here. So again, this is somebody who is either really, really doubting their own ability to do something, or this is somebody who's feeling like they are not able to do something because they either feel like they don't have the authority to do so, or somebody was like, you can't do that, or like you don't have permission. I don't know, something about that. I really, really understand. Like this really could be somebody who has like extreme imposter syndrome, or who is waiting for somebody else to give them permission to do something that they do not need permission to do. That kind of stuff, okay, certainly could be. I also wonder if this is maybe what you can't control, is maybe somebody who is maybe, again, thinking that you are like lying about a certain thing, okay, that kind of stuff. Also, maybe this is somebody around you who is lying about something, you know, because certainly could be. And maybe that's just like, dude, that's something that you can't control that, you know, maybe again, somebody lying about something, or I don't know, not telling the truth on something, or being kind of sketchy in the way that they're exhibiting their authority. But it feels, I don't know, it feels like somebody like took someone's power away, or there's you know, that type of feeling. That's really what I'm feeling here. So all right, I'm also getting like calling out of work, but I'm like, is that a lie? Is it not a lie? I don't friggin' know. There's something about that, so I'm not sure. All right, let's see. So you have the Six of Pentacles, and you have it with this Page of Swords here. This is showing up for what you can control. So yes, there's something about I want to say knowing what it is that you like sign up for before you do it, or kind of like knowing what it is that you're getting yourself involved into, maybe even asking some questions in some capacity, okay? This really could be somebody who's maybe just like not understanding something, all right? Sometimes, I gotta tell you, sometimes when somebody is genuinely not understanding something, that can come across as like interesting energy in the tarot, okay? It really can, but you gotta kind of take that with a grain of salt, because all people learn differently, you know what I'm saying? At different speeds, different times, different ways, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So there is something about that in there. Like, I feel like that's something to like kind of keep in the back of your head. So I think that there's maybe something in the terms of what you can control is maybe, again, the information that you're sharing with somebody, or the way that you're delivering particular information, or who it is that you're talking to, that kind of stuff, all right? Or who it is that you're trusting with a certain something, you know, there's something about that is like definitely in your control here. Okay, so all right. This Page of Swords, I think, talks a lot, okay? I think that I don't know. But this is showing up as what you can control, so I don't know. So, all right, maybe that's just like an awareness, like know that, you know? So, all right. You have the High Priestess, and then you have it with the Judgment card. It's kind of intense, and this is showing up for your next steps here. So yes, this is either making a decision like really, really based on your intuition, that kind of stuff. And this might also be the next steps to take is, again, possibly just like, for some of you guys, there might be something here that you have to be so freaking obvious about, to the point where there is no way that somebody could be confused about something, or that somebody could like interpret something in the wrong way, or something regarding that, okay? This could also be like the next steps is maybe admitting if somebody's like intuition was kind of like that didn't work, or that didn't hit, or you know, something like that. That might be part of it. But I also do understand something about possibly, again, moving in silence with something until like the right moment to do something, you know, that kind of stuff. Or this is like, hey dude, in the past all this kind of stuff happened, and it's like, I'm gonna do this thing, but I'm gonna do it like my own way, or I'm gonna do it like based on like how I like feel on like my inner world, or you know, something like that. So really a friggin' interesting reading. All right, Leo. So let's see. Moving over to your opportunity here, you guys have the Empress card, and you have it with the Justice showing up for like your skills. So I mean, I feel like you have the skills to have something extremely balanced out, that, I mean, which is friggin' great, because you start with the reverse Six of Pentacles, and then you have the Six of Pentacles up right here. So it's like there's already an energy of like, again, either like an even exchange, or trying to make that happen. So maybe that's just what it is having the skills of like maybe growing something, and then I don't know, having that be like having those results be friggin' awesome. Or again, like cultivating something, helping something out here, so that something can be like on even playing field, or you know, that kind of stuff. All right, that's what I'm understanding. I'm getting early results too. So I don't know, for something, maybe there's something you have the skills to have like early results with something, or early access to something here, that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's see. 12 might be a really important number for you guys, okay? Or it's like follow the number 12, or something about that, or there's like a rule involved in that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Six of Swords, and you have it with the Tower card. This is showing up as like possible help you could utilize. So I do think that this is like Somebody who, again, it's like they can come back to something. They're like, oh, wait, I don't need that anymore. I already released that thing, whatever the heck it is, or whatever the heck it is. It's almost like somebody coming back into like chaos, or somebody coming back into like a situation that they like already kind of moved on from in some sense, that kind of stuff. And possibly that having like a real shakeup in some capacity. It almost feels like a wake up call. I said this to Cancer too, a wake up call for like maybe you and somebody around you, or for the situation around you, whatever's going on here, that kind of stuff. It's almost like having, it's like, I almost want to say having results come back to you, or having something come back to you that you just like absolutely did not expect. All right, that kind of stuff. Maybe I want to say a return on investment. And I said that randomly in like the last set of readings, and I didn't even know what I was talking about, but I feel like I want to kind of place that in this reading. So, all right, you have the hold on, sorry. Okay, you have the Nine of Wands, and then you have it with the Queen of Swords here. This is showing up as like the next steps to take. So yes, I mean, definitely this is like boundaries. Like this is really like, again, either not compromising on something, or being like, this, I'm not going to compromise on this thing, whatever it is. Or this is you like really being like friggin' determined as hell here to be like, I will be understood, like that kind of stuff, making a really decisive choice, or being like that I'm not compromising, like I wouldn't say that, I didn't do that, I didn't see that, whatever the heck it is, something about that, okay, that kind of stuff. There might even be something in the realm of like communication, that kind of stuff, or a warning of some sort, something about that, okay, that kind of stuff. Interesting reading, Leo. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.